You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Saturday morning, and you know what time it is. Time for Red, and hopefully the coach. But you know how it goes. We are here and we ready to go. Episode 164. What's on the docket today? Man, I tell you, it started off to be a quiet week, but turned out to be a pretty loud week. Oh, we got NFL games today. We got college games today. We got a whole lot of NBA talk. I swear, the NBA just ended, and it looked like it's just about to begin again. We don't had the draft, NBA trades, and free agency all in one week. This is NBA overdrive. Lord, we don't want too much overexposure now, but I feel them. It's been a weird year in 2020. Like I say, we even had the Masters. You believe that? Even golf got played in November. What is going on here? November, October, everything I told y'all last week, everything just cluttered up in one. But anyway, we're gonna discuss it all. Golf, NBA offseason, NFL, Red Rev Coach. I ain't gonna waste any more time. It's time to get started. Episode 164. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show with Coach Patrick Thomas. We're coming to you live from the ATL Show.
Shout it.
Giving you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who have real sports knowledge. You have what?
Real
sports
knowledge.
I messed it up. We're supposed to say real sports athletes who have real sports knowledge. My bad. But nevertheless, welcome to episode 164 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our custom, let's have our fingers crossed. We're going to go to our numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas. Is your microphone working, Coach? It is not. You are not. Oh, my goodness. So, Coach is not. So we're going to have to get Coach back on. Coach, reboot your computer, and we're going to have to go on without you, sir. But we're going to move on. Red, you got anything for 64?
Well, let's see. You know, my Lakers had 16 championships. You add LeBron, and now LeBron has 4 rings. So 16 championships plus 4 rings. That look like a very winning combination so far, don't you think, Rev?
Oh man, that was pretty clever, man. That's pretty clever. You thought about that within 5 minutes. That's pretty clever.
I had to. You caught me.
You got down on that one, man.
So hopefully,
that. We still can't
Coach,
hear you,
back?
Coach. Turn your Bluetooth off. Bluetooth off, man. Bluetooth off. Bluetooth off. Yeah, I don't know, man. He had his trucker's headset working when we first got on, and
for real, ready to play that
trip. He took that trip to the truck, and it just went downhill after that. Oh man! But nevertheless, man, we're gonna
that
be
new
ready.
Girlfriend got his tongue, man.
Man, we ain't gonna say that, man. But good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Let's see who's tuning in to us. Good morning, Miss Harris. Thank you for tuning in.
How you doing, Miss Harris? I know she happy.
We've been missing y'all. We've been missing you too. And she said she even missed Red. Wow. That's showing some love on this morning. All right. She said, I'm watching while I do my Thanksgiving bacon. Looks like you about to do it up. Somebody about to be blessed with your Thanksgiving Day food ministry. I see you, Shelby.
Shelby, I'll take a plate since I don't stay that far. I'll be ready to get my plate.
All right. What's up, Joe Black? Joe Black in the house. Then we got, what's up? What a reach, Red. Nice, though. Oh, okay. He's showing you some love on your numerology. And let's see, Jack, Coach. This is Joseph Black, Coach. I'm part of the team that gets to cook for the Steelers tomorrow. That's what's up. Hey, man, Coach, we'd like to hear that. Now, that might be a good or bad thing, because if they mess around and lose, Joe, you know he's coming for you. Joe's a big-time chef in Jacksonville, and the Steelers play Jacksonville Jaguars tomorrow. So that's a huge honor.
I'm sorry, Joe. You have no chance, Joe. Absolutely no chance.
All right, Coach.
Tell me you ain't got a chance.
I got y'all.
Oh,
all right, man. Thank you.
Finally.
Thank you, man.
I tried.
What you had to do, Coach?
Go get that order from McDonald's and take an order. I'm back now.
What did you have to do? What did you have to do, Coach?
Fiddle faddle. Just try to use some technology and just mess around.
Look at what Joe put on. He said, I'm part of the team that gets to cook for the Steelers tomorrow.
Joe Black, I know you ready to roll, partner. Hey, man, don't cook nothing to poison them, dog. I hope it's after the game.
I was just about to say, man, I wouldn't even eat that food right now.
Yeah. Hey, Red, Miss Harris is showing you some love. Red thinks fast on his feet. She loves it.
Well, hey, I'm in Laker mode today. That's what happened when you win the championship.
Good morning to you, Armani, and Shelby showing Coach some love.
That's my girl. Way to go, Shelby. Glad to see you.
Coach, I don't know if you heard Red's 164. He trying to take your job, man.
What was it, 164?
That man went with the 16 championships that the Lakers have won plus 4 of LeBron's rings. 164. That was pretty high.
Yeah, that was pretty good. He rolling. All right, Red, you on your point.
Yeah,
I can save my 164. Even though mine was old school, so.
That means we probably weren't gonna know it. Then.
You would have known. You would have known him.
Probably on Wikipedia.
He was big time. He was a big time dude back in the days. So.
All right, you see Shelby getting ready for the rivalry game on tomorrow with the Falcons and Saints. I could send some brownies to the Saints.
Oh, Lord.
Do that, Shelby. Do that.
The Saints eat those brownies. They good to go.
So won't you ask Shelby? How about just send some crab legs to Jameis?
Well, he's not starting, so that might not do anything for us tomorrow. But we'll see. Yeah. Let's get ready to jump right on in, fellas. You know how we do it. We start off with our dope note, quote, and section of the show. Fans, feel free to chime in. I got my words all mixed up today. Feel free to chime in as we go down our dope note and quote. Feel free to post your dope note and quote. And during the course of the show, if you comment, you'll probably see some of your comments on the screen. So let's get after it, gentlemen. Let's do our dope note quote moment. Coach, since you got some sound, we'll start with you. What you doping on this week?
I'm doping on, and I give them some love for right now. I'm doping on Indiana Hoosiers, a football team. I was listening to that coach this morning, and his pregame speeches seem to work. And one of them is his motto is love everyone, love all others. And he said it before the game, after the game, and it seemed to motivate him. So I'm gonna give the coach of the Indiana Hoosiers some love, number 10 in the country.
All right. I don't know if your headset working because we still hear a little echo in the background. That may be all you, not your headset. All right, okay. But we'll go whatever you got going. All right, Red, what are you doping on, sir?
I know it might seem like a while ago since the team has already played another game since then, but I'm still doping on what would be the NFL Player of the Year so far. Kyler Murray to D-Hop. I mean, whew, that's the first play in a long time that had me jump off my bed and say like, woo! Because number one, that game gave me a win in my greatest sister because I sure could afford to lose that game. And it was just a magnificent play. I mean, I love Hail Marys. And then when you have a Hail Mary from two players who I love to watch play, I mean, that was just an amazing play. I mean, the degree of difficulty, the catch. I mean, hey, ice the game. Good job, Kyler Murray. Good job, D-Hop. And bad job on Thursday night for losing. But as far as that play on Sunday, dope. Very dope.
How did I know you were going to dope on that, man? As soon as
I thought Coach was going to beat me to it, and I ain't had no backup, man. So sorry if I took yours, real.
Coach wasn't going to make his dope moment, man, because we got L's while you got a W. But nevertheless, that's your dope moment.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. I'm doping on what's going to happen on Monday night. History's going to be set. We come to realize that black referees matter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There'll be an all-black referee crew, official crew on Monday Night Football, officiating the Rams versus the Buccaneers game. And my Morehouse brother Jerome, will be the head official. So I'm head referee. Yeah.
Woo!
So
good job, brother Jerome.
Yeah, man. He's actually probably the oldest black head referee out in the NFL, but that is real dope. And
I think I know the guy you're talking about, too. I think I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, he's the older black referee. He's going to be the main guy. So I'm doping on that. That is real dope. So big ups to the NFL. I got to say something about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Red, what are you noping on this week?
I'm noping on Tulane. Lord have mercy, man. I mean, I thought the Falcons know how to blow games. First of all, how in the world you give up a Hail Mary to let the team tie the game, Tulsa, and then in double overtime, you give up a 96-yard pick six to lose it. Lord have mercy, if I was a Tulane fan, I'd be going crazy right about now. I mean, I thought the Falcons lose game bad. Lord have mercy, the Falcons had lost the game by giving up a Hail Mary and then losing in overtime by giving up a 96-yard pick six. Whew. Tulane, no, no, no. Lord have mercy. But good win, Tulsa.
Wow, I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I am noping on the Milwaukee Bucks. I got a double nope for them.
Oh Lord.
Number one, they traded for Drew Holiday, and they thought they traded for Bogan Bogdanovic. And I guess those two trades were going to cause them to become the beast of the East. And that wasn't going to be enough to beat the Nets. So that's one no. No! Then the second no is they couldn't even finish the Bogan Bogdanovic trade with the Sacramento Kings. So they won't get that shooter that they were coveting. So it looks like Giannis might be heading out of Milwaukee after next year, but we'll see. But the Milwaukee Bucks get my double note for this week. No,
they're looking confident right now. Told you he was gonna leave anyway.
Well, it looks like Miami is setting the tone up for them to get him next year, but we'll see what happens. Coach, what are you noping on, sir?
I'm noping on something that me and you talked about this week at the draft. The crying draft picks just kind of got all irritating and out of control. Every time somebody gets picked and they go to the family, at first they jump up, yeah, we got it. Then I said, oh my God, is everybody gonna cry being a millionaire? Oh my God, really? You crying because you a millionaire? And then the excuse, oh, they were so overwhelmed by what happened. Oh my gosh, are you serious? You overwhelmed by the TV cameras and in front of your face. I bet when that camera went off, y'all started celebrating and jumping up and down and eating everything in sight. Please, I'm gonna send this out to the NFL. When you all have your virtual draft, please tell them there's a moratorium on crying when you get picked. Everybody can't cry. I mean, it was about 7 in a row. Boo-hooing. Enough is enough.
All right.
I told you that Van Jones. Everybody trying to be Van Jones from CNN. They don't turn the NBA draft into an episode of This Is Us. Good one, Coach.
Not This Is
man.
Us.
I tell you, man, Kleenex should have sponsored that NBA draft.
Oh God,
there was so much crying going on. I was just,
oh,
and then,
man,
and then I'm gonna just use this as my cope moment. I'm moving on to cope. I'm coping on the fact that we just had some interesting relational dynamics during the NBA draft.
Oh my God! I saw this post, Red.
I'm coping on black brothers trying to sell Black Lives Matters to their white counterparts. That's what I'm coping on right now. I mean, we had Shaka Zulu and Snow White together, and Snow White was in her African garment. Then we had one of the ball players got a suit on talking about Black Lives Matter, booed up with his white girlfriend, man. I'm just trying to cope on that one. I'm trying to wrap my mind around that one 3 days later. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Shaka Zulu, like from "I'ma Get You, Sucker" in the white.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, the dad was all geared up in his dashiki and King's rock, and then his white wife had on a kente cloth dress. I mean, I was just like, crazy. Looked like an episode of Wakanda Returns, man. I didn't know what the heck was going on. But nevertheless, man, that's what I'm coping on right there. Coach, what are you coping on, man?
I'm coping on one, and you won't believe this, LeVar Ball.
Okay.
LeVar, Your son got drafted by Charlotte. The rumors have started. Michael Jordan will be looking for you to play that one-on-one game you talked about that you swore you could just beat him up and down the court. And Jordan responded with to consider the source. So now, LeVar, you're going to have to play Michael Jordan one-on-one. And all that talk you did with your impressive 2.2 average is about to come to fruition now. You better get in shape, son. You better start working out and eating, saying your prayers and eating your vitamins, because Jordan is coming looking for you. So cope with that loss.
Well, LeVar Bell, when he was talking about beating Jordan, he was just dreaming, Coach. He was just dreaming.
Not the dream sequence.
Yeah. All right, Red, what are you coping on, sir? And fans, we're coming right to you. We're going to post your dope note cope in just a moment, so put them down. What you coping on, Red?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you now if you talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
What am I coping on? I'm coping on boxing rules and corruption, especially that bull crap that happened Saturday night in the fight before Terrence Crawford, and we knew he was gonna win his fight. So that Terrence Crawford exhibition fight, the fight before it, the one with Andrew Maloney and Joshua Franco, how they say Andrew Maloney intentionally head-butted the dude. No, he didn't intentionally headbutt anybody. But I got swollen because Andrew Maloney hit him with some combinations that they probably just didn't see, and they still had instant replay, and they still blew it. So I'm coping with this corruption in boxing, how they still to this day continue to blow fights, and why people still continue to mistrust boxing, and probably why the UFC was created in the first place, because boxing is so mistrustful and they do fight us so wrong sometimes. So that's what we still have to cope with, that boxing to this day is still getting it wrong. Even when you got instant replay, you cheated that man out of a victory, man.
All right, this is a short take, Red. This is not your rant. This is not your rant.
Rematch.
Red, this is not your rant. This is not your rant. This is a short take.
I can't even hear y'all guys that good. But anyway, I'm just coping with boxing.
It's clear you can't hear us.
All over. Boxing
all right,
still
Red.
getting it wrong.
I'm going to have to mute him in just a sec. All right. We need you to turn up the volume on your headset or something like that, man, because we've been telling you this ain't the rant time right here. Red went on a sneaky rant. Can you hear us? Can you hear Red?
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord, man, the headset ministry is not working for us today. All right. Nevertheless, we'll just do this for Red. All right, let's see what the fans are talking about. Quite a few comments from the fans.
Man.
It was interesting what Shelby said in terms of her brownies. I got to start off with that. She said she was going to send some brownies to the New Orleans Saints. Guess what major ingredient they have in them, Coach?
Laxatives.
Kenya Burfict is watching the show. She is from Louisiana, so she said we winning. Joseph Black doping on the all black crew. He's noping on Anthony Atwood's doing interviews.
Here we go.
All right. Kenya Bird, Red Man, you hating on all the teams of Louisiana. Shelby Dope, no NBA draft girlfriend. Armani doping on LaMelo Ball to the Hornets. Maybe Michael Jordan is tired of losing and wants to change the culture there in my parents' beautiful city of Charlotte, North Carolina. Red, you got some sound now? You can hear us? Obviously, you can't. Red, you can hear us? We hear you. Hear a little bit you, but you can't hear us.
He messed with something.
Yeah, he did something, man. Good morning to you, Sister Heather Joy. Thank you for tuning in. Shelby's noping on Anthony Edwards did not take speech communications at her alma mater, Georgia. He needs to get back to learn how to do an interview. Wow, y'all are killing the young man who was the #1 pick in the NBA draft. Armani's noping on Muschamp, the former Georgia grad, lost his job, but Harbaugh gets to keep his after this terrible start through the season. Don't agree. He and Michigan will be parting ways at some point.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, Shelby's in Armani's amen corner right there. Joseph Black coping on Hawks giving Gallinari 61 million and Chris Dunn 10 million. Yeah, man. They gave Chris Dunn 10 million.
10 million for Chris Dunn?
I gotta look that one up.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my goodness. No.
Oh, wow.
What in the world is going on here? Shelby's doping on Atlanta doesn't have to deal with LeVar Ball. I got you on that.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can always. Yeah, I was
All
just
right,
about
man,
to.
I was trying to cut you off from your red rant that you went on the coach session. I had to let you know this was just a short take, not your rants right there.
Oh,
man.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that part, man. Okay. Now let's say, what am I missed out on? What am I missing?
We're just reading the comments. So you got the
Okay.
comment section on your phone, so you can check it out.
Yeah.
Armani's coping on the Falcons playing the Saints tomorrow. Hopefully we don't find a way. We don't find a way to lose this game without them having Drew Brees.
Don't be surprised if we lose.
I just got mixed emotions about that one. I don't know. But
well, Rev,
Vincent
you can forget about Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields.
Yeah, I see. We don't won too many games for that because the Jets hanging out on that donut. Vincent Woodruff said the Niners building towards a future, writing this season off. I don't think that was intentionally, but I think that was because of injuries right there.
Yeah.
Y'all better get rid of that porn star quarterback y'all got trying to date them porn stars, Vincent. That's what you better do.
Oh my goodness! Not talking about Jimmy G, are you? No, khaki pants is still employed. Shelby, y'all need to have a mute button for Red. I'm just saying.
Shelby is on a roll.
She done turned on Red in a matter of 10 minutes. She was showing Red some love, and
it didn't take long.
Turned on them already.
For real.
Joking on the Cubs in denial of Georgia being blue. Way to go, Georgia. Vincent Woodruff bringing a political thrust to the Red Rev show on today. Vincent says Red is walking technical difficulty. Oh man, this is
so is your quarterback.
All right, Shelby says an X can confirm my laxative brownies. We know not to mess with Shelby.
We know Shelby is my friend. She my girl. All right,
Shelby ain't got nothing bad to say to you, and I know not to eat any brownies coming from you. Shelby, you savage. I know that's right, Vince. 2 years with the player option, man. That's talking about Christmas. Man, we got to talk about. Yeah, we got to talk about that in a second rather. And Jimmy G living in the XXX.
Okay, Rain Man, Real.
All right,
Real sounding like Rain Man.
We got to keep this clean, gentlemen. Nevertheless, all right, man. Because time is moving, and we know in 30 minutes the games are going to start. So let's go right on into our picks for this week NCAA pick action real quickly. Let's get our records up from last week. Red, you went 3-1. You won USC, Florida, and Notre Dame. You lost one. You lost that Purdue Northwestern game. So your record now is 17-7. Rev went 4-0, got them all right. Now 18-6. Coach is still in first place because he went undefeated. He still is up on me a game and up on you 2 games, Redrick. So that's where we stand after last week. Let's get ready to go to this week with our picks. And we got 3 good games that we're going to pick this coming week. Let me get some music queued up so we can make some picks with some music. All right, here we go. Let's see what games we got with the NCAA picks. Let's pull them up. Here we go. Coach, isn't it right? We're going to start with you. With your number 20 USC going against Utah in a Pac-12 matchup. Fans, feel free to pick with us. Oh, the Clemson game is canceled. So many different canceled games. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. But nevertheless, Coach, tell us why you're going with USC.
Well, the scary part of this game is being played at Utah, and the last 6 games these two have played, the home team has won every game. So that's kind of a scary trend going for my Trojans. And the Trojans have, they have survived their first two games in the fourth quarter. And Utah is a different animal. And they still got a pretty decent team. I'm going to go with USC, but it's going to be a tough game again, down to the wire. And I don't know. Utah might not let USC sneak it out in the fourth quarter, but I'm going with USC.
All right, Red. Coach is going with USC. Who you got?
I'm going with Utah for the reasons Coach said. Like you say, last few times the home team has won. Utah's at home. It's their home opener. I know they want to start the season off on a positive note. And like you say, USC don't have some pretty close games, so they let this one play close. How I know Utah may not just, win it in the end on the field goal night. Nothing against USC, but we don't know the Pac-12 that good. And all the teams are pretty evenly matched right now. So why not Utah today? Why not? And I'm picking them today. Utah in a we don't really know game, because you can't say it's an upset because Utah haven't played. So we're going to see what type of team Utah have, and they're going to start off with a victory against number 20, USC, if they want to do something this season.
So Coach has USC, Red has Utah. Mostly everybody else who's watching the show has USC, but I'm rolling with Red. I'm rolling with Joseph Black and James West. Give me Utah, because USC, just like Coach said, they've eked out 2 victories.
Yeah.
I think that number 20 ranking is a bit too much. They haven't shown me anything to say that they are truly the 20th best team in the nation. I'm going with the home team. I'm going with Utah to beat USC, and hopefully next week this time I'm at least tied with Coach in first place. Here we go. All right, Red.
What has Utah shown you?
Nothing, because they play the game.
All right, so y'all going on what is?
So that's why I'm going. I'm going with them because of what you said. Usually the home team wins, plus USC been eking out victories.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going with Utah.
Yeah. Coach pretty much gave us the reason.
Next game is on you, Red. We got a good one. Number 10, Wisconsin versus Northwestern. Number 19. Now, last week you hated on them, Red. You went with Purdue over Northwestern. Are you going to go against Northwestern again this week? Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going against them this week. I don't care. Wisconsin. That's right. I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn as a mule, because Wisconsin got the better team. And Purdue, if they just had anything on offense, they could have made that a much closer game than it was. I was watching that game. I was sitting here watching that game. Purdue had a chance. They just couldn't do nothing on offense. Purdue defense deserved to win that game last week. Their defense did deserve to win that game. But anyway, Wisconsin, their defense and offense gonna deserve to win that game, because Wisconsin, that's right, Joe Black. You know Wisconsin is the better team. I don't know about 10, but definitely a victory. And I hope Coach take Northwestern again. Come on, Wisconsin, Rev. That's who I'm going with. I ain't got no faith in no Northwestern.
Man, I really wanted to go with Northwestern, but I'm kind of being influenced by the fans, man. It seems like everybody going with Wisconsin. And I don't know enough about Northwestern football to go against Wisconsin, who's number 10. I know one thing I can't count on Wisconsin to have is a prolific running game. So I'm going to go with Wisconsin this week, since they're the higher seed, even though I haven't seen a down of either team play. So I'm going with Wisconsin. Who you got, Coach?
Well, I guess I had to make it unanimous, because Wisconsin defense is big time. I'm going to tell you right now, they're holding teams down. And Northwestern, like I said, Purdue was 2-0, but that was an overrated 2-0, and that's why that game was so close. Northwestern won't be able to hang with Wisconsin in this game. Wisconsin going to win probably by double digits.
I didn't do it, James. I went with Wisconsin, man. I went with Wisconsin. So
yeah,
I
drink the whiskey.
Man.
Drink the whiskey.
It's on me, fellas. Next game, number 9, Indiana against number 3, Ohio State. This is the week that Indiana comes back to life, back to reality. Yeah, Ohio State will put up big numbers against them. Justin Fields, who should be the starting quarterback for Georgia, but that's another story for another day, will lead Ohio State over the Indiana. What's the name?
Pacers.
Indiana. No.
Hoosiers. It was
I'm
a
just playing
movie.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
playing.
hit a blank right there. And
It was a movie, real.
yeah, I remember Hoosiers. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
basketball move, man. I remember. It just slipped my mind, but yeah, man, Ohio State has too much talent on both sides of the ball for Indiana to compete. What Indiana's doing is fine, but they're gonna get blasted today. So give me the Ohio State Buckeyes. Who you got, Red? I mean, no, Coach. Who you got?
Pop goes the Weasel. Pop goes the Hoosiers. It's over today. It's nice to be up there and all the being on Sports Center and College Game Day, but hey, too late to that. Justin Fields coming to town. Ohio State.
All right, and Red. I know you're making it unanimous, aren't you?
No.
No.
What?
Nope.
You want to get an L?
How do you know it's gonna be an L? This is number 10 team in the country. Number 9 team in the country.
See, now you just want to be in last place. You just want to be in last place. We're trying to save you from yourself right here, Red.
This is gonna be a hard fought game, man.
In the first quarter.
All right, so you didn't make your pick though.
It's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
And who's winning?
He going with Ohio State.
Yeah, it's unanimous.
All right, Maurice Thoreau said Ohio State India will make a game though. We'll see. We'll
Nah,
see.
Justin Fields ain't finna blow this Heisman, man.
Like Russell Wilson is blowing that NFL MVP, but we'll get to that in just a minute.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in just a minute. All right, man. So our picks have been made. The fans have been joining with us. Fans, hopefully you've been able to see your comments on the screen. All right. And Vincent Woodruff encouraged Red, get off the fence, man. Make a choice. Make a choice.
I almost went with the upset, but I gotta think Justin Fields, he ain't finna blow this Heisman. He got this thing in the bag, and he ain't finna blow it to no Indiana and a emotional coach. There go another crybaby right there.
Here we go, man. As the show keeps on moving, let's do it, man. Let's do this. We got to talk some basketball, man. We got a lot of basketball to talk. We're going to start the NBA draft recap, and then after halftime, we're going to do NBA moves, free agency, and trades. But let's
that was
jump
it?
into the.
That was it for college?
That's 3 games, man. That's all we got,
okay.
man.
Oh, okay.
Almost half of the schedule is postponed due to COVID-19. Here we go, man. Let's move on into this basketball draft recap. I mean, the draft goes a little something like this. Number 1 goes UGA's own and Atlanta's own. Thera High School's partially owned. Anthony Edwards, number 1 pick. Then James Wiseman goes to the Golden State Warriors in lieu of the fact that Klay Thompson has hurt himself again and will be out for this coming season. And then number 3, LeVar Ball's baby boy, LaMelo, goes number 3 to Michael Jordan's Charlotte Hornets. Let me just ask you all this real quickly because we're just going to focus on the top 3 picks, and then we'll talk about the Hawks pick, if you don't mind, and then we'll move on from this subject. What were your thoughts about Anthony Edwards going number 1? Was he deserving, or should have Melo gone number 1? Because everyone knew that they weren't going to pick James Wiseman due to the Timberwolves already having Karl Anthony Towns. So who wants that at first, man? Was Edwards the right guy for the Minnesota Timberwolves at number 1?
Yeah, he was the right guy. I mean, he was arguably the best player in the draft. I mean, even before the season started, he was projected to be the number 1 pick in the draft. So Minnesota won the lottery. Now you can
Hold on, Red. I missed the game. Yes, I missed the game in college. My bad.
I thought you did.
My bad. Joe, you were right, Joe. Let's rewind, push play. We'll come back to basketball real quickly. Joe, man, thank you, man. Man, I messed that up.
I thought we had 4 games, Red. That's why I asked.
Man, I messed that one up big time. So charge it to my head. Yeah, there's a big college game going on in Oklahoma. My bad. Let me put this band up real quickly. Let me get those seeds up. We got to get this game in. Here we go. Let's do it, man. Hold on. Man, I almost messed that one up. Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Red, for having some type of understanding that I missed one. So let's go right into it. We got Oklahoma State against number 18, Oklahoma. All right, here it is. So it's back on you, Coach. It's back on you, Coach.
Bedlam. Okay, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma improving with a great offense against Oklahoma State, one of the worst defenses in the Big Ten. They said defense wins championships. It ain't winning this game. Oklahoma will hurt Oklahoma State. I know Oklahoma State is ranked. Yeah. But Oklahoma is going to hurt Oklahoma State pretty bad in this rivalry. So I give it to Oklahoma.
All right. So, Red, who you got? Oklahoma State?
Well, Oklahoma defense is playing. Oklahoma State defense is playing better than Oklahoma, but I feel what you're saying, Coach. I mean, both defenses suck. It's going to come down to whoever offense is on point in this game. And I'm with Coach. It's going to be Oklahoma. The Sooners are at home, so the Sooners are going to be ready for this one and they in-state rival. It's going to be a good one, though, but it's still Oklahoma will prevail.
All right. And I think just because I made my blunder, this comment was for me. Look what James West said about me. He think I'm trying to take Red's position. That's clearly not my testimony. That's somebody else's testimony on this show. But anyway, we're going to move forward. Coach and Red have gone with Oklahoma. Most of the fans have gone with Oklahoma. Armani's chiming in with Oklahoma State. Terrell Mitchell, morning to you, man. Glad to have you on the show. And I'm going with Oklahoma, man. I'm not going with Oklahoma State. I don't. I can't get with Oklahoma State's coach.
If it was in Stillwater now, I'd be picking Oklahoma State.
Yeah, kids and all that kind of stuff, man.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm a man. Yeah, man. I'm going with Oklahoma, so I'm making it unanimous.
Is that the one with the mullet?
Yep.
Yes. Mr. Mullet himself. Mr. Mullet himself. Yeah, I don't fool with Mr. Mullet.
That dude racist, man.
I agree, but we're not gonna go on here on that real quickly. All right, now let's go back to what we were talking about. Let's fast forward back to basketball. My bad, fellas. Here we go. Let's get into it. And all right, here we go. So, Red, you said Anthony Edwards was the right pick. Why so?
Well, like I say, he was projected to be the top pick in the draft early on before the season even started. And, I mean, it was either going to be him or Ball, so you can't be mad at Minnesota for taking him over Ball because he probably was the more tool player, more the seasoned player. Ball, still a lot of question marks other than him being able to score the ball. Anthony probably had better all-around game than Ball right now. Like I say, he was the better overall player to me anyway. So if I was up there at number one and I had to choose between him or Ball, I probably would have took Edwards right there.
All right, Coach, do you agree with Red?
Yeah, Edwards is a more seasoned, better player against better competition. I still don't trust Ball's competition. They say he played against some somewhat pro players, but I think he's not a good fit for Charlotte. Just because of, I don't think he's going to be a leader on the team. So, yeah, Minnesota got the right one. They're going to be pleased with Edwards.
All right, man, I got mixed emotions about this. I think LaMelo actually got picked to the wrong team. I think either Golden State or Minnesota would have been better fits for him, especially because I question his mental psyche. I love his talent. I mean, the dude can dribble, he can pass, he has a decent shot, but Charlotte doesn't have those veterans that he needs to be able to help him with his transition into the NBA. Hey man, y'all hear that in the background? Who got that truck engine?
Yeah, it sounds like somebody cutting a tree or something.
Red outside in the neighborhood, and now we get caught up with the neighborhood cut down the tree ministry.
Yeah,
We're going to have to pray for Red to go inside the house, man. Man, what's
I
going
would.
on, man?
Yeah, I would. I want to get up in the middle of the show, but yeah, I,
We may have to let you go, man, in a minute. Mute your mic when you're not on, man, because the drilling ministry is a little bit.
I'll mute my mic.
I'll get it on my end. I got you. I'll let you know when you're back on. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. I got you on this end,
Okay,
Red.
okay.
I got you on this end. I'll control on this end. All right, man. But anyway, yeah, LaMelo got to the worst situation he could have envisioned because he's going to a team where there are no proven veterans. Nobody's there trying to help him out. Then you got the whole situation with you got guys who are not going to just bow down to LaMelo. And LaMelo didn't help himself going to Charlotte talking about, I want number one when that's Malik Monk's number. So you got Devontae Graham and Malik Monk who are trying to prove themselves as NBA players. And now they're going to go after LaMelo. And LaMelo may have more talent than those guys, but I think those guys have more heart. So LaMelo actually got drafted into the worst situation. Me personally, I wish the Wolves would have picked LaMelo because I'm not sure how Anthony Edwards and what's his name, D'Angelo Russell are gonna mix, man. Because Anthony Edwards does not make the best decisions when it comes to his shot.
No.
That dude's shot
No.
selection is horrible. And I can
No.
see Carl Anthony Towns getting up in Anthony Edwards, so I don't know. But I got to go back to a post real quickly before we continue on what Shelby said earlier. Uh, Shelby just giving this young man a hard time. UGA definitely doesn't want to claim his illiterate behind. Boy, I tell you, Shelby's hard. Shelby's hard on the young man.
She
But
ain't
we'll
through.
see, man. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. How do y'all like Wiseman going to the Golden State Warriors?
Before Clay, it was fine. Before Clay, it was just.
So you think when they found out that Clay was out for the season, and they probably had an idea that he was going to be out right before the draft, so you think they should have gone in a different direction, Coach, than getting Wiseman?
I think they were gonna get Wiseman anyway, just because of his height and his, what he can do. They needed a post player, so they decided they were gonna get him anyway. They weren't gonna take a chance on Ball or Edwards. They got enough for them, so they just had to get him a post guy. So we'll see how it works.
What do you think, Red? What's your thoughts?
Unmute him.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. I think Wiseman was the pick from the beginning. Yeah, I don't think they were coming off of him. It would have took a lot for them to come off of Wiseman. They needed a big postman. Haven't really had a decent one since they got rid of Andrew Bogut. So, and Wiseman still has all around game. We don't know what his scoring can be like for all we know. He can be another scoring threat for him. So I think Wiseman was their move from the beginning.
Yeah, I think Wiseman was the guy before and even after Clay's injury. That's exactly what they need because if you're talking about the Golden State Warriors competing against the Los Angeles Lakers, they need some type of big man. That's why I think the Clippers would have eventually lost to the Lakers in the 7-game series because they didn't have enough size to be able to compete against the Lakers. So if the Golden State Warriors wanted to compete or want to compete against the Los Angeles Lakers, they had to get some size. James Wiseman is very athletic, big. After watching some tape on him, I am a bit skeptical about him playing in the post because he does seem to play passive basketball in the post. He likes to shoot he likes to shoot jumpers rather than be in the post like one Anthony Davis. But Anthony Davis is a lot more skilled than Wiseman, so he can get away with that. But nevertheless, man, I think that was the best pick for the Golden State Warriors, and we'll talk about the extra move that the Golden State Warriors made in lieu of Klay Thompson's injury in just a minute. But Wiseman was definitely the guy that needed to be picked in for Golden State. Now, Red, what are your thoughts about the Hawks? That's your second team. What do you think about the Hawks drafting the big guy from USC?
Oh, well, I'm hearing he was pretty good. I mean, that's the guy that was crying a lot, but I'm hearing he had a story, so I can understand why he kind of was emotional. But I'm hearing he's a good player. He definitely is good in the paint. And now I'm just wondering a John Collins Day's number.
with the Hawks. Now with us drafting this guy, because we definitely didn't draft this guy to be on the bench.
Well, this guy's name is Onyeka Okongwu.
It's gonna take me a while to get used to saying that.
You had to say his name.
Onyeka
We'll just go with
Onyeka
Onyeka.
on. Yeah, Onyeka.
Yeah.
Or
Onyeka's
double O or something.
Yeah, double O. That's a like. I like that one. Double O. Double O.
Yeah.
That's good. Coach, how do you like that pick from USC? The guy from USC with the Hawks.
I don't like it for the simple fact is things were shaping out for the Hawks. They were people were falling, and you had a guy like Obi Toppin, who was the player of the year in college basketball, right there in your lap. Somebody could come in with Collins and Clint Capella and give you a good front line, along with Trey and Cameron Reddish, and you blew it. You went right on past. You didn't even pick him. On Yeko, he's good, but Obi Toppin is a scorer and a slasher. He's a shoot. He's a Swiss Army knife as a basketball player. He can do most of it. He can rebound. He can jump. And you passed him by Atlanta Hawks, the player of the year in the country, and you passed him by for whatever reason. I do not understand why he was right there and you all skipped on by him. But hey, time will tell. That Onyeka, he's decent. He's a good rim protector somewhat, but I mean, I don't know how big a scorer he is. So I didn't like the pick for the Hawks.
I'm gonna jump in there real quick, but Maurice Throw had a great quote for the day. Red, you may have to buy a vowel to pronounce his name right. That's pretty clever.
I saw that. I'm trying not to comment too much today with the fans.
All right, man. Here's the thing. I'm totally on board with what Coach just said. Obi Toppin, he's the guy. If you don't think you're gonna have John Collins in the long haul, he's your guy. He can play 3. He can play the 4. He's an outside shooter. He got some experience. He would have gone great with Trey Young. The reason why I don't like the draft pick, why get Clint Capella if you're going to get another guy who's a shot blocker? There's no need to have Capella and this guy on Yeka unless you're just using Capella as trade bait at the end of the day. Now, if they go ahead on and trade Capella, then it may make some sense. But if you plan on having Capella in the long haul, and I think you're going to have to keep someone like a Capella because you got to have a big guy down low, a 7-footer like Capella, because Trey Young is a defensive liability. So people are just going to go around Trey Young all day long. So you got to have somebody to clog up the middle to offset Trey Young's deficiencies on defense. So my thing is go get Toppin. You get another scorer who can put the ball in the hole in multiple ways. And the Knicks got the steal of the draft, in my opinion, get Obi Toppin, because there's absolutely no way he should have fallen to 8. Because I can't see 7 of those guys being better than Obi Toppin. Granted, he does have some defensive issues moving laterally, but that can be corrected just jumping some rope and working on some speed agility skills. But the Hawks got this wrong. I actually like their second-round draft pick more than I like their first-round draft pick in Skylar Mays because he's a sound guy to be a backup, but it's not making any sense to me if indeed the Hawks sign Chris Dunn. Why get Skylar Mays? I mean, I just don't know what the Hawks are doing. Are they trying to go 12 deep, 15 deep? I don't know.
Hold up. The Hawks signed Chris Dunn?
That's what
Yes.
That's what Joe Black just said. Let me go ahead and confirm it right quick. Because I was shocked when I heard that.
That's the backup to Trey, right?
Yep, he signed a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Atlanta Hawks.
Crazy.
And the guy Skylar Mays, he's the point guard too, right?
He's a point guard.
Oh my God, yeah, Travis, what are you doing? You stop piling the same positions, man. Now,
we're gonna get to that in just a second. We're gonna get to that in a second because we're just talking draft. We'll get to those picks because I know I want to get on to the Gallinari signing as well. But we want to definitely go in. Shelby said Anthony Edwards embarrassed Sarah. Oh my goodness. Boy, she is hard on one Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
All right.
at least she off me. Thank God, thankfully.
No, she wouldn't.
Oh man. Well, let's see what Amani says. Amani is going. MJ is just a terrible owner. He needs to bring in a big name veteran to help LaMelo. MJ, if you're not going to do anything with that Hornets team, then please either sell your part of the team or trade LaMelo Ball to a team he can prosper with. Don't mess this guy's career up like you almost did Kim. Y'all agree with
Wow.
Amani? You don't agree with Amani right there? Going in on MJ?
Wow.
Well, you gotta think
Ooh.
MJ played with Kwame. Is he gonna? He not gonna actually be on the court playing with Lamelo. So, I mean, I don't really know how much MJ could do from afar, sitting up there in his office and
Well, he's
sweet.
talking about people putting people around him.
Well, we all know MJ can't be on no team anyway. So I agree with him right there. So I mean, but and like you say, I agree with you, Red. This might have been a bad situation for LaMelo to get in, especially starting off his career, because you're right, there's no real veteran leadership there. You got a lot of hungry players there. Everybody probably out for themselves, knowing they're not playing for no, title contender. Everybody probably just trying to get their numbers and get their stock up. So, and you got LaMelo coming in, with his arrogant self. So, man, it's gonna be interesting in Charlotte, but we'll see.
You agree with Armani's take, Coach?
I mean, I've seen nothing from Michael Jordan to show that he's a competent owner, and you know, it just he keeps doing things to show people, and people are looking at it. They're not building a contender in Charlotte. They're building a team just to be in the NBA because you're not making big moves. All these trades and everything going out, you're not jumping in there and grabbing somebody that may be a cornerstone of your team. Who is your cornerstone now? You can't, like you said, you can't make LaMelo your cornerstone of your team, or you doomed to struggle continue to struggle. You have nobody.
He don't even play
Uh,
defense.
you have nobody there as an identifiable player. You just got a bunch of guys, like you said. So I don't know what Jordan is doing. Does he not want anybody to be as good as him? I don't know.
Yeah, when is Michael Jordan gonna come out and say we trying to win it all like he used to be as a player? He ain't never said that as an owner. Like I'm going for it. I'm trying to win it all. We are playing to win the chip. No, not as an owner, as a player. He did a last dance on the player. He need to do a first dance for the Hornets because when are they gonna go to the dance at all?
Well, in his defense, he has not benefited by the draft lottery. He's never had the number one pick. He did have the number two pick, and that's when he got Michael Kidd Gilchrist, and everybody was high on him. He was just
Yeah,
a role player at best, and that was a huge drop off when you had Anthony Davis, who went number one, all the way down to Michael Kidd Gilchrist. But I mean, the Monks of the world. I mean, he's basically drafted a bunch of journeymen guys who are going to be role players at best. So I'm not going to grade him too hard, but he's definitely made some terrible moves when it comes to free agency. He obviously doesn't have an idea of how to build a team. And that's why I
No,
give Jerry Krause so much credit for building up those Bulls teams because it's clear that Michael Jordan is not like a LeBron James. LeBron James knows how to build personnel. He knows how to build the team. He knows what kind of pieces they need. So that's the big difference between MJ and LeBron. And maybe, who knows, Mike might need to consult LeBron on how to build the Charlotte Hornets because he hadn't done a great job at it at all. All right. Let's get ready to
Red,
move on.
Rev,
Yeah, go ahead.
Rev.
Go ahead.
Someone I just looked at something and they said that Onyeka Okongwu is recovering from a fractured left toe.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why that pick
That doesn't
was
help.
was a bit silly. We don't know how well this kid is bouncing back. I mean, is he an athlete if he's healthy? Yeah, but you got Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to duplicate when you need somebody from that 3 to 4, and now the NBA's positionless? Obi, because of his size, he can play even 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
So you got that versatility right there. Go with it, Red.
I guess this proves that they don't have much faith in DeAndre Hunter.
Well, yeah, we'll go to that in just a second because they got a lot of duplicate players on the Hawks team. We'll talk about that in the next segment when we talk basketball. All right, real quickly, man. Let's move on. Red wanted to throw this topic in real quickly before we go into halftime, and he did say we were going to talk something that we never talk about, and that is golf. Tiger's meltdown at the Masters. I don't have much insight on that, but you guys watch golf. You guys are more enthralled about golf, and you saw Tiger's meltdown on Sunday. What are your thoughts, real quickly? My bad. Go. Start from the beginning, Red. I had you on mute because I had to cut down the lawn ministry.
Oh yeah,
going on in
yeah.
the background.
Hopefully, I almost done in the backyard, but it was just an ugly scene at the 12. Him shooting a 10. I mean, good Lord, him and the lake were just not best friends at Augusta National on that Sunday. It was just a bad look for Tiger. But the good thing is he did eventually bounce back and finish strong in that last round after the semi meltdown. But he started strong on Thursday, and Friday and Saturday didn't really have too good of rounds. And he finished with a 76 on Sunday. But still, what started off promising ended badly for Steele, who I consider one of the greatest golfers in the world. I'm just hoping that last year's Masters isn't the last time we see him win a major. But that 12th hole, whew, man, it felt bad for the man out there.
All right, Coach, you want to chime in on Tiger?
Well, you look at he started out well, and he was like 3 or 4 shots off the lead. But one thing that golfers know, Saturday is moving day. And on moving day, you either make a move or you don't. And Dustin Johnson took that thing and ran with it, and nobody could keep up with him. They tried Tiger. He played solid, but, he didn't make any advancement. He moved up to, I think, 5 But Dustin Johnson was at 12, and Dustin Johnson said, okay, it's moving day. I'm about to move away from all y'all. And he just took it out. And the old Tiger would have scared him, came up, and next thing you know, you see him in the rearview mirror, and he scares folk. But his intimidation factor is somewhat gone. He's not intimidating people anymore like he used to. When they see him on Sunday and he's right behind them, that used to cause golfers to panic. They're not panicking anymore. These young ones, they're coming up and saying, hey, you back there, that's fine. I'll be here for a reason. And I'm going to show you that you're not catching me anymore. So, Tiger is older. I mean, everybody must understand it. For a golfer, he's older. So that intimidation is not there anymore, I don't believe.
No, those young guys are definitely not intimidated by Tiger anymore. Tiger, when he came on the scene, he definitely intimidated those older guys, but those younger guys were influenced by Tiger. So therefore, they prepared themselves to go toe to toe with Tiger, so they don't have any problems going at Tiger, and they're just not intimidated by him. How did y'all feel about Tiger needing 10 strokes to get one hole to finish one of his holes?
Just like Red said, that was the meltdown.
Yeah, that was the meltdown hole. And them young guys looking at Tiger, they looking back at Tiger like, dude, get off me. You're just a mosquito. They're not worried about Tiger no more.
Well, Tiger taught them. I mean, at the end of the day, they grew up in golf with a Tiger mentality.
Yeah. It's kind of like Kobe.
Tiger.
It's kind of like how at the end of Kobe's career. Because he wasn't intimidating no more. But he those still were the young guys that looked up, in him last few years, those guys grew up watching him play. So
yeah. All right. Well, I don't know when the next time we'll talk golf again, but we got it in.
2021.
All right. We'll see. It's halftime of the Red Rev Sports Show. We gave you some good basketball talk, NBA draft. We talked little Masters, and we made our NCAA picks. We got a hot second half coming to you. We got some more NBA talk. We're talking trades. We're talking free agency. And we also got some NFL picks to pick as well. So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and the coach for one more half of the Red and Rev Sports Show as we got halftime. Here we go.
Donate.
All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to knock out this second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Let's see if we got some comments before we move in to these extra topics. Let's just see. Vincent Woodruff, the young guys idolized TW. Thus, he created many Frankensteins all over the PGA. Great for golf. Alexis Hill, and to mention he's married to Wayne Gretzky's daughter.
That's
I guess
Justin
talking
Johnson.
about Justin Johnson right there.
Mm-hmm.
We want our freestyle, coach. Don't let us down. Another week, people calling on us. Coach might have to bring in a boom box and work on a beat and just freestyle like that, because that is a missing part of the show. That's the only bad thing.
You got, if you got a beat, we'll see if I can go with it.
All right, man. Well, the only thing is sometimes you may not be able to rhyme to the beat, and it may not project as well because there's sometimes a delay, and we don't want you sounding
That's
crazy.
right. Yeah,
Good news, fellas. I think they threw it the backyard finally.
All right, man. Well, tell them don't do work between 11 and 1 next week. Goodness gracious. Somebody said Dustin Johnson is living his best life right now. A couple of majors, hot girlfriend, a kid to boot. Man, he's got it made. All right. All right, here we go, gentlemen. Let's get into the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And we're going back. We're going to talk some more basketball. And now this is where we really dig in. NBA trades and free agency. Flip your phone, Red. Red, flip your phone, sir. Can you hear Red?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? I'm here.
Yeah, but you trying to chat with somebody offline, aren't you?
No, somebody called my phone. I had to decline it.
All right, man. Your phone, your picture's upside down on the screen.
Oh, hold on.
While Red is working on that, we'll get to him in just a second. All right, there he is. All right, there we go. That's the beautiful thing about this thing. We can bring it in and out on StreamYard. Let's see real quickly. There's a good question. We're going to get to that, Vincent, real quickly. We're going to get to that in just a second. Where's Coach's boy going to? That's $1 million question. We're going to get to that in just a second. But let's talk some NBA trades. Let's see what else. Why aren't you doing your own yard?
Here it comes.
There goes Shelby, boy. There goes Shelby. Give Red a hard time, boy. Red, what are you doing, man? I mean,
I'm here.
Gracious.
I'm here.
What are you doing over there, man? What are you doing, man?
So much stuff going on at once.
All right, man. Stay focused on the show. We're going to have you start doing your show inside the doors, man.
I should.
Too much going on in the car and outside. But nevertheless, NBA trades and free agency. Let's start with you, Red, because when the NBA trade started out, your Lakers went right off the back, making a big-time trade, trading for one-time Atlanta Hawks player, Dennis Schroeder. They went to Oklahoma City, brought them in. So that means that's the end of the Rajon Rondo era since they're bringing in Dennis Schroeder. What were your thoughts about making that trade?
At first I was just like, man, I thought I had got rid of Dennis Schroeder, but I had to look at it in basketball terms. I mean, he is a good player coming off the bench, a six-man type of role, not starting point guard, but definitely in a six-man type of role, and playing with a player like LeBron and AD and the talent we already have on the Lakers. That's not gonna hurt us. It's not gonna hurt us. So I welcome the move. So definitely welcome that move.
All right, Coach. What are your thoughts about Schroeder going to the NBA champions?
I mean, you look at a younger, better shooter in Dennis Schroeder. He can handle the ball. The thing is, can he handle the pressure of playing under LeBron or Anthony Davis? Can his mindset be strong enough to deal with that coming up? What they're going to give him, because they're going to expect him to not so much score, but help with the ball handling. So LeBron doesn't have to bring it up. So that's going to be the thing. Can his mindset handle it?
I think life became a whole lot easier for Dennis Schroeder. Let's think about it. Who was the best player that he played with when he played for the Atlanta Hawks?
Himself.
Maybe Al Horford. Maybe Paul Millsap.
Yep.
Right? Then
Kyle Korver, Paul Millsap.
Kyle Korver, DeMar Carroll. I mean, I think life gets easier when you play with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And then he played alongside Chris Paul. They played basically the same position. They didn't have any big man, and it's amazing that the Oklahoma City Thunder finally got rid of Steven Adams, traded him to the New Orleans Pelicans, who can't post up nobody. All right, and he had to do so much, just like when he played for the Hawks. He had to do so much. They put a lot of pressure on him because he was the only playmaker that the Hawks had at that time. And then along with CP3 in Oklahoma City, he was the only playmaker. Imagine playing with two other playmakers who are superstars in LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Man, the Lakers just hit the jackpot with that particular trade because Dennis Schroeder doesn't have to do as much. And he's what they needed to play the point guard position because he's a pest. He can pick somebody up full court. Mm-hmm. So that's an added addition, and you put him alongside Caruso, and he's much better offensively than Rajon Rondo. So Rondo's a better
floor general.
Organizer. Floor general, thank you. That's a better term. Definitely better floor general, but overall player, defensively and offensively, Dennis Schroeder. So that's why we're talking about the Lakers. They made a very surprising signing. They go into their neighbor's territory, and they get Montrezl Harrell.
Thief.
2 years, $18 million. Red, we'll go back to you. Nobody saw that one coming. What are your thoughts about the Lakers getting Montrezl Harrell?
I was ecstatic when I saw that move right there. I just couldn't believe it. We made the Clippers weaker and made ourselves better all at once. And you know me, I love making the Clippers weaker, baby. And it just showed you what Montrezl Harrell think of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard right now and the team that he's leaving behind. He's saying, look, man, I want to play in LA, but I want to play with a real winning team. And so let me leave this phony, fake winning team behind and go with a real team where the big dogs lie, baby. That's right, Montrez. You know the team to come to. Leave them losers behind in Clipper land. Them losers down the hallway who ain't never got out the second round. You coming to a real winner, baby. And you going to find out the moment King claim. No, I'm for real. King LeBron. The moment you get in his presence, you going to find out the true power of Laker Nation, baby.
Wait a minute.
Let me chime in on what you just said. Hold on right quick, Coach. Let me chime in on what Red said. Because I think Red hit something, he hit it out the park. Montrezl Harrell signing was clearly a statement against Kawhi and Paul George. Montrezl Harrell could have signed with another team for way more money. So him signing with the Los Angeles Lakers for only a 2-year contract. It's ironic that he signs long enough to finish the LeBron James years. It's clear that he could not stand what went on with the Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So, Red, you knocked that one out the park because his signing with the Lakers was definitely an anti-Kawhi Leonard and Paul George type of signing. Go ahead, Coach. What were you about to say with your whoa?
Thank you, Rev.
My pleasure.
Did he just call LeBron James King LeBron?
Yeah, Red's been on that tip lately. He's seen the light. He's come around.
Okay, we can
around.
move on. Okay.
He's come around.
We ain't one of these for my team. That'll help.
How do you allow somebody to walk down the hall, around the corner, through a door, and take one of your best players, and then walk around the corner, or back out the door, around the corner, and up the hall like that, Los Angeles Clippers? Obviously, something clicked in his head. This ain't where I want to be. Maybe he doesn't trust Tyronn Lue. I don't know if he trusts him as a coach.
I would. So, would you?
I mean, so that's part of it. To just walk out of there like that and leave them. And then plus the Lakers say, okay, Dwight Howard is going to the Sixers. Dwight Howard was used sparingly, so you could part with him. I still don't know why they signed JaVale McGee again, but we'll move on from that.
He had a play option. He had a play option.
Okay.
Oh wait, so JaVale is back. JaVale is back.
He had. I don't think he's opted in yet, but he has a play option. So
I think he'll be back.
I think that would actually be a better move for JaVale. So we haven't got into the other moves real quickly, and we'll get to them in just a moment. The Lakers are the champions. They go on and improve their team. Basically, they remove 2 aging veterans, Rondo and Dwight Howard, for 2 veterans in the prime of their careers, and Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell. So with that being said, look at what Amani says, and let's see if you agree with it. Amani says Lakers going back-to-back. No threat out west, really. Curry and the Warriors will be back without Clay. I don't trust the Clippers, and after next year, Kawhi will be out of the Clippers. Will the Lakers go back-to-back? I'm going to start with you, Coach, because I already know what Red feels. So what you think, Coach?
Okay, I was looking at this thing. JaVale McGee has opted into the second year of his contract.
Smart man.
He's back.
Smart man. So you got JaVale McGee. You got Anthony Davis, who's going to sign a contract. He just determined how many years he wants to sign. And then you got Montrezl Harrell. Then they got Dennis Schroeder. Coach, will the Lakers go back-to-back?
We're not done.
We'll come to you in just a moment with that we're not done.
You really, I mean, if you look at it just like any prediction, you got to go, yes, barring any catastrophic injury or anything that goes wrong. You know, Los Angeles does have earthquakes, so it may be earthquake. I don't know. That may happen. But barring injury, they got to be the favorites based on picking up Harrell and Wesley Matthews and, doing what they got to do. If you stand by, other teams stand by and watch. I try not to look at that.
I saw
Shelby's on them today. She on them today.
I'm trying not to look at it. But like the old saying goes, if you stand by and play checkers, they stay going on and playing chess and going on and picking up players while people are standing by. So, hey, you got to label them as the favorites without a doubt.
If it weren't for the black referees being featured on Monday Night Football, I would have given Rob Pelinka my dope moment this coming week, because the moves that he's making, like you just said, he's playing chess while everybody's playing checkers. This dude didn't waste any time improving his roster. He already said, Rondo and Dwight were actually stopgap options, to be honest.
Yeah.
They helped them win a championship last year. We know that Rondo is injury prone. We already know that Dwight Howard can't play in every series because, like, you get a team like the Rockets. We see you, Red. Everybody got the picture. We see, like, with the Rockets, when they play small ball, Dwight Howard couldn't get any minutes. So he gets somebody like a Montrezl Harrell who can play small ball because he can play a smaller 5. He could probably even guard some threes out there. So, man, he is definitely Rob Pelinka is definitely playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. Now, Red, you've been teasing us and especially teasing me before the show and now during the show. You keep talking about the Lakers are not done. That's why we have our own sports show. Folk want to hear some insight that they may not hear in other areas or other venues in sports talk. So, what might the Lakers be up to? Tell us.
Well, to piggyback off Coach's comment about the earthquake, last time it was an earthquake in California, in the LA area, that was the day the Clippers signed Kawhi. Next time might be an earthquake. It might be the day Kawhi makes a trade demand, because I don't see him staying with that losing organization past this year. Whoever said that, you are absolutely right. I guarantee you Kawhi is going to be up out of Clipper land after this year. And who knows, maybe we'll find some room to add him into the mix too. But
Nope, no, that ain't
nah,
gonna happen.
okay, but anyway, in Rob we trust. You right, Rev. Rob is gearing to executive of the year. Kobe is sitting up in heaven smiling down on his best buddy Rob, man. He is playing chess while these other guys are playing Connect 4. Okay? So, and as far as the we're not done statement, well, what about the Lakers are in the running for who? A Mark Gasol? Could we possibly add a Mark Gasol to the mix? Could we possibly add, if the Hawks keep sleeping like they usually do, could we add Bogdanovich to our mix? Now, y'all think about that. Adding Mark Gasol and Bogdanovich to what we already got. And you can pretty much...
If they get Bogdanovich, it's a wrap. That dude is a sniper. That's a dude is a sniper, so he can definitely replace KCP's three-point shooting. I heard that KCP is between him, the Lakers, and the Knicks for his services, but I think KCP is trying to get paid after him having a good NBA Finals, and that's understandable. So, but then the Lakers got them a good reserve, a tough guy in Wes Matthews. They signed Wes Matthews. And Wes Matthews is a tough guy. You know, he can play some tough defense on the perimeter. You don't need him to score a lot, so I think that was a great signing as well. So we'll see what the Lakers will continue to do. So the second trade that went down that was pretty big, CP3 gets traded from OKC to the Phoenix Suns to partner him with DeAndre Ayton and one, what's his name, Booker. What's his first name?
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. Will that make any type of difference for the Suns besides just making the playoffs?
You just said it. That's enough. You don't need to say anything else. They'll make playoffs.
Yeah.
That's about it?
Yeah.
So do you see them in the top 3 or around that 4 to 8 area?
4 to 8.
So
right about where he had OKC last year.
So you'd be so you're talking about 4 or 5 then?
Maybe. They'll be a much improved team.
6 to 8.
Coach. 7 to 8.
6 to 8.
So CP3, now listen what you're saying, Coach. CP3 took that Oklahoma City team, and they were the 5th seeded. They played against your Houston Rockets, number 4. So you don't think with CP3, DeAndre Ayton, and Devin Booker, they can't improve to number 4?
No, I think they'll stay around the 5 to 8 range. I just don't see those 3 players being that. I mean, they're gonna make an impact, but I just don't see them climbing that high in the playoff race, because you know Ayton is decent. He's not as good. Booker is, you know, you can count, but CP3 is what, 33? 32?
You're older than that, Coach.
I mean, he's old. He's one. I mean, I just really can't. What is
Shelby's
wrong
on fire today, man. I think Shelby infused her brownies with something else, man. Cause
Yeah.
she is on fire today, man. She is on fire today.
I can't even pick up. Go ahead, Rev. I can't go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think they're going to be in the top. I could see them being 3 or 4, to be honest. Because I think the Rockets are going to take a dip. You know, they got a disgruntled bunch. You know, Harden wants out. Westbrook wants out. Harden is trying to get to the new Brooklyn Nets. We know that the team, they're not going to let him go. Rightfully so. He got 2 more years left on his contract. Russ probably has about 2 years left on his contract. So they need Russ to get his value back up because his value took a hit in the playoffs because he was coming off injury and then he didn't have the best playoffs. So it's going to be hard for him to demand a trade when his trade value is not what it would have been. And look how much they gave up to Oklahoma City to get him. So Russ going to have to chill in Houston for a little bit, and he's going to be uncomfortable. And I'm not trading James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets unless Kyrie Irving is in the conversation. I am not trading James Harden for Spencer Dinwiddie and all those extra characters just to fill out to make sure the money matches. No, they're going to put Kyrie into into the equation if we're going to start talking. So Houston, they're going to be a disgruntled bunch, and Houston could probably go downward, and I could see Phoenix going up.
Mm.
No, that makes sense, Rev. Definitely makes sense.
All right, let's move on. See some other things that have taken place. Let's talk to the Atlanta Hawks. Now we coach and I question their draft pick. They signed Gallinari, a journeyman,
Hmm.
for 3 years, and then they signed Chris Dunn, a point guard, for 2 years. Red, since that's your secondary team, what's going on with them, man? What are they doing? Help us understand the method to their madness.
Man, I'm trying to understand some of this myself. I don't even know how to move. Like I say, they making moves while we on the show. I didn't even know about the Chris Dunn move. The coach told me about it. I knew about the Gallinari move. I felt that was okay. You know, we need some shooting. We need a seasoned veteran. He plays a little defense. Chris Dunn, I don't know what they doing there, especially after you just drafted this kid from LSU. Is that the best? I guess they looking for what, a backup point guard to Trae Young? But me personally, why are they not making a move for a more splashier player like a Bradley Beal or somebody that can actually really help us solidify a playoff position? Like you say, all of these journeymen and has-been players and role players, man, that is typical mediocre Hawks, man. And like you say, why not go after Omar Toppin? I think that's his name. Ain't that who y'all think? Oh,
Obi
oh,
Top.
Obi.
sorry. Obi Toppin instead of, the kid from USC who might turn out to be a pretty decent player. But you're right. Obi Toppin is probably what would have helped us, especially offensive wise right now. This is a scoring league. We need as much offense as we can have, especially when our defensive numbers aren't that good. And like you say, the pressure is on the Hawks to make the playoffs this year. And I keep telling you, Rev, I know you like the guy. He is going to be the first guy on his way out of town if and when this thing fall off the railroad tracks. Your boy Lloyd Pierce. Look,
Lord.
so I hate to tell you, he going to get the blame for this. So, Lord, I hope you are in these meetings when they drafting these guys. I hope these are the guys that you want or that you telling Travis to get, because you going to get the blame when this thing don't mix, man. I just want you to know, Lord. So I hope these are the guys that you want to coach, man. Because if not, you need to be up in Travis' office and saying, "Hey, man, what's up with this, man? This right here don't mix." I mean, like you say, we got Clint Capella and the guy from USC. Clint Capella coming off a foot injury. The guy from USC got a toe injury. I mean, how effective is he gonna be early on? So, like you say, we got a lot of question marks with the Hawks, which is typical Hawks. That's why I became a Lakers fan back in 1988, because the Hawks always leave us feeling like this after draft day, after free agency begin. We always leaving with a WTF question mark after every move they make. So, guess
All
we'll
right,
have to
here's the
see.
thing. Chardin asking the question, what bad pick signing has the Hawks currently made? Basically, we're actually questioning a lot of the duplication that's going on with the Hawks. The players are decent who he's signing, but he's signing too many similar players. All right, so you already have Trey Young as your starting point guard. Skylar Mays from LSU is the backup point guard who you drafted. So why do you sign Chris Dunn? That makes absolutely no sense if you get Skylar Mays. Don't get Skylar Mays if you're gonna bring in Chris Dunn. Donald Gallinari. All right. Do you want to take Reddish out the lineup? DeAndre Hunter, who you just spent first round draft picks on to bring Gallinari? Are you benching John Collins for Gallinari? I mean, what is the purpose for Gallinari besides being a veteran? There's absolutely no reason. You get Clint Capella. He's a center, athlete, shot blocker. Why do you go draft an athlete and shot blocker when you got Obi Toppin right there, who gives you, if you want to get rid of John Collins, that makes more sense to bring Obi in because you can insert him where John Collins is. You're not getting rid of John Collins to go on the Gallinari era. So it's just too much duplication, not making sense. And like Joe Black basically said, what did Joe say? Joe made a great statement. They're spending all that money this year when the real free agent class is next year. And it'd be different if they were signing Gallinari to a one-year contract, Chris Dunn, rather, to a one-year contract, but they're giving them multiple years. So that's eating into their money next year. So I tell you, boy, Red sounds like a jet to love. Boy, they own you today, brother. They own you today. All right. So do y'all agree with Joe Black? Collins is gone.
Yeah,
He would have been.
If they believe in this USC kid, I mean the writing's on the wall. I told y'all that 25 game suspension it helped the kid, man. That usually when you have those type of suspensions, that's not good. That's not good for your future with the organization.
All right, I got to disagree with you, Chardin. That dude from LSU is a decent ball player, and you're not asking him to be a superstar. He can be a solid backup. And from what the Hawks have been fielding as a backup point guard the previous 2 years, this kid can surely be on the roster if you had those guys who were being brought up from the G League being the backup. Skylar Mays, smart ball player. He's not a great athlete, but the kid has a huge basketball IQ. Had a 3.8 grade point average. That kid is a steady kid. Don't sleep on Skylar Mays. Am I expecting him to be a superstar? No, but can he be a good role player and backup for the Atlanta Hawks? Indeed, I believe he can be.
I don't understand Chris Dunn at all, man. That dude's garbage, man.
I don't say he's garbage, but I don't think he's what the Hawks need. But I guess they want a solid backup for Trey. Maybe they are trying to play Trey Young less minutes so that he has some more durability. We don't know. But, Coach, let's move to you.
Going to trade him on. No, go ahead, Rev. Go ahead.
We thought your team would have been had some additions or deletions by now. But Westbrook and Harden are still Houston Rockets as of today. Will that maintain itself once the season starts? Will Harden and Westbrook still remain on the team?
Messing up my prediction.
They said they're gonna play it, and then they're not gonna be pressured by them to make a decision on trading them. The Rockets said they're gonna stand for. Now they just signed this young man, Christian Wood. They just picked him up in free agency from Detroit, and he was coming on averaging 22 a game, and he's a big man. So maybe they're trying to put a few pieces together. Now, like I said, Wood is a young guy, but he's like I said, he came on the end of the year. The last, I'd say, 30-some games, averaging 22 points a game and 8 rebounds. So that's a good addition. If you need some size, you want to put him out there. So they're not going to just let Westbrook and Harden just walk. They're just going to look at them like, y'all can't go anywhere unless we decide it's going to be beneficial for us. And just like you said earlier, you're not getting James Harden to the Nets without Kyrie Irving being involved. It ain't going to happen. So they're not just going to give Harden up, even for those 4 players, which I would have done in a heartbeat. Because if I was the Rockets, I would have got those 4 players because you got some capable shooters and you got a big man in Jared Allen. if you want to get rid of a Harden's contract and then he disgruntled, I'd take 4 players for one, but they didn't do it. So,
But they didn't
who
have to
knows?
do that, Coach, because they still got Harden for 2 years, and they can do better than just Dinwiddie, Jared Allen, LeVert, Karis LeVert, and then some other
Oh,
guy.
oh,
Nah, man.
I thought it was Gerald Levert. My bad. I'm sorry. I ain't sneaked that in.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no,
I'm sorry.
no. God rest his soul. But
Yeah.
no, man, you can't make that kind of trade when you got him for 2 more years. You gotta get a superstar on top of superstar because let's be real, James Harden is a top 5 player in the
Yeah.
NBA. You got to give me more than that. Now, if he was in the last year of his contract, then you may make
Hmm.
that possible decision, make that trade. But no. You got to give me a superstar for a mega superstar in this league. And if we talk about the Nets, Kyrie Irving better be put into the equation
Into that
because that's
thing.
not,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not going to happen, man. You're not going to give me some journeyman guys who are going to be good role players for this superstar guys that I have. Now, it's
That's why
interesting.
I say Philly is the move.
Well, here's something that's real interesting. John Wall wants out of Washington. Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah.
What?
He
How is
is
he
mad.
demanding out anywhere?
He
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 ain't
is
playing.
mad. He is mad that the team now has committed themselves to build around your guy Bradley Beal. So Bradley Beal ain't going nowhere. So now they said this
God,
is Brad.
man, what are you
That
doing, Bill? What are
they
you
said,
doing? Bill need to be demanding a trade, not Wall. Bill need to be saying, "Get me out of here. You ain't gonna win nothing in Washington, Bradley. Nothing, man. You a suck, dude. You ain't gonna win a doggone thing in Washington, you dummy." Sorry, real.
well, it all depends on what they can get for John Wall. Now the problem with John Wall asking for a trade is his trade value is horrible right now.
Yeah.
He missed an entire season coming off an injury. He's had
See,
injuries and attitude his entire career. So who wants to trade and give up major value for John Wall? So he needs to be quiet. Let them build around Bradley Beal. Just get him where you fit in, John Wall. Do what you can do to build your trade value up, then talk. But until then, you have the right to remain silent because you have no trade value right now. So the Washington Wizards can't unload your contract that's like 30, 40 million per year. Nobody's taking on that right now when you're not adding any major value to the success of a team. You haven't even been successful with the Washington Wizards. What do they have to show for since John Wall has been with the Washington Wizards? So
zero,
he needs to shut his mouth,
zero.
come back in, have a solid season, go make an all-star team, make the Washington Wizards a relevant team, and then we'll see what we can do.
She,
Boy, Shelby is all red today. Boy, she's on you today, Red.
I
Y'all,
know.
y'all, y'all, y'all must be on the hate portion of y'all relationship this week, boy.
I started off on the love portion. I don't know where her hate started, but hey, if she want to go there, we can go there.
All right, man. All right, gentlemen. Any other closing things or talks about the NBA before we move on to make these NFL picks? Anything else for the common good?
I'm
nope.
afraid I don't want to hear another Shelby quip.
Oh boy, Shelby struck the fear in red like Donald Trump has the Republicans. All
Nah, I'll
right.
just play. Nah, we good. I think we got it all in. I just wish the Rockets, because I made a prediction last week that CP3 and Westbrook would have different addresses, and it's only CP3 with a different address. So the Rockets need to get the molasses out the you know where and start making a move. And they need to deal one of these guys because I don't see both of them playing together next year. And you need to get what you can get for somebody. Come on, Rockets. You're not going to win the championship anyway.
All right, man. Let's shift our gears over to the NFL picks for this week. And Red, early on last week, it was looking real good for you, man. You were about to do your thing, man. And then our coach came back and halted some of your progress towards the end. So we'll get to where we are in our standings. And this is starting to be my most hated portion of the show because 2020 has not been a good friend to me with the NFL picks. But nevertheless, Ray, you went 6-2 last week. You won the Giants, the Raiders, Cardinals, Bucks, Saints, and Rams. You are now 62, 37, and 1. Rev, the defending champ, is just holding up the rear. I'm getting my Longhorns money ready. It's looking that way. I'm 4-4. Won the Raiders, Steelers, Bucks, and Saints. So I'm 55, 44, and 1. And Coach still has a healthy 4-game lead. Only lost one game last week. He won Raiders, Steelers, Bucks, Vikings, and Saints. Lost one game off his lead to Red. So now he's up
What?
four games.
God.
Four games against Red, and he's up 11 games up on me, man. So I got a long way, and I thought I could catch Red. I thought last week was going to be the week, but with a Hail Murray, that messed me up big time. So
I got 4 games to catch Coach. All right, Coach. It's looking like it's coming down to us, man. Let's go.
It don't matter. Hey, Brother Vincent, ask my colleagues who got the most championships. So Red ain't hurt. Do I need to pull out my rings? Do I need to pull out my rings?
Here we go.
I'm just saying. I got 2 NFL championships, 3 NCAA championships.
Yeah, I got 1 NFL championship.
And ask Coach how many he got.
The show is live.
So Vincent Woodruff, ain't nobody begging over here. Everybody got to have an off season. I can't win the championship all the time. Come on, man. It's 2020. It's 2020. Yes, I am bragging, Kelly, because I had to straighten up Vincent Wood. Talking about begging for some W's. I don't beg for W's. I get chips, brother.
Oh my God! This is go. Let's get to the
silent it got. Did you see how silent it got on the set, Vincent? They
know
the man is. They know Shelby. Tell them, Shelby. You heard Shelby? Look at what Shelby read. You heard Shelby? Don't come at me. I don't get W's. I get chips. Ain't that right, Coach? Ain't that right?
Anytime for the picks.
Yeah.
This is a mini rant.
No.
All this loud talk for somebody in last place.
Baby. I don't sound like no Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a chump. I'm a champion. Get that correct.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Rev
he said, isn't this an anomaly? What's going on with us this year? Isn't this an anomaly?
Look at the plaques behind you.
You see how they get quiet? Yeah, when you see these pictures and plaques, just think championships. Vincent Woodruff.
Oh my God! Can we get on with the picks, please?
Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Here we go.
That's all like you got is curly.
Basically, Rev, you just basically saying a once great champion has fallen.
A once great champion? I'm still in the hunt for the NCAA championship. So it might be quite conceivable that I might win a championship every year that we've been on the Red Rev Sports Show. So don't put me past this.
And it might be conceivable if Coach lose this one that he'll be 0.
It is COVID. It is COVID-19 while I'm not in first place. No doubt about it.
Here we go.
It is COVID. Hey, Rev usually wins. Rev usually loses.
See,
all right, here we go.
You can't talk about me, Slurp. Who is Shelby? Who is Shelby Slurp? It's like Shelby got her Slurp hat on now. Slurp for Rev. Go, Shelby.
Rev. Vincent, you new to the show, so I'm not even going to entertain what you got to say, man. You got to rewind.
Vincent is a seasoned watcher, man. Ain't that right?
This season? You talking about this season?
Oh, yeah, this season.
He ain't been in from the start. I know better than that. He wouldn't be talking what he's talking if he had been here from the start. So let's get ready to make these picks, man, since we got it. Coach, you're in first place. Red, we're going to start with you because there were 4 games. Coach went first on the last one. Let's get ready to get started, gentlemen. Let me get this NFL hype music up. And I might be going for some Hail Marys this week because I got to try to find some way to get back into this thing.
I told you, man. That's how you do it, man. You got to take some gambles, man. You got to take some gambles to get back in.
You see, my mother, man, she knows when her son is being modest. Oh, man. I got you too, Vince, man. Great. We just had some fun. I know it. That's funny what you said about me and Tyson. It's on you, bro. Eagles versus Brown in Cleveland. Who you got, man? Go fans, put your picks down. Put your picks down. Who you got?
Who's on me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm going with Cleveland. Home team, Cleveland, baby. Look, I am so done with the Eagles. I'm done with walk it to me, Wentz, or what they say now, give it up, Wentz, because that's all he is, a turnover machine now. I am so done with the Eagles. I ain't even picking them to win the NFC least. Browns all the way, Baker. This is the time to show people what you're made of. You got to win games like the East. The Eagles are reeling, and the Browns, somehow, y'all winning. I don't care if Myles Garrett ain't playing today. You better win this game tomorrow, Baker, and help your stock rise because you got a contract coming up. Browns.
I'm going with the Browns as well. Part of the reason why I'm in last place is because I put too much trust in the Eagles. They've lost about 4 games for me this year. So I'm not going with the Eagles anymore. The Browns, they have the better team. They can put points on the board better than the Eagles. I don't know what happened to the Eagles. Carson Wentz. I can't say anything about it. I'm going with the Browns. I'm going with Red. Who you got, Coach?
Well, let's just be honest. I'm just gonna be first line. I don't like either one of them. I don't like either one. I'm gonna go with the Browns because the Eagles let me down last week. I could have kept my lead, but they choked against the Giants, so I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I mean the Browns. Browns, because the Eagles choked last week, and they continue to choke.
All right. Next game, Falcons versus the Saints in New Orleans.
Gosh.
Let's remember there's no Drew Brees. Drew Brees going to be down for a while. And then the Saints are going with Brother Hill, who's like the Swiss knife on their offense as the starting quarterback over Jameis Winston. That's interesting. That's very peculiar, especially since they brought in Jameis Winston to be the backup. But maybe, just maybe, as I was telling Coach during the course of the week, they didn't want to start Jameis because the Falcons know Jameis quite well since they used to play against him twice a year when he was the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that being said, I don't want the Falcons to win, but I think they're going to win this week because I think they're going to just pose problems for the New Orleans Saints offense. I don't think they're going to allow a scat back to beat them. So I'm going with the Falcons, even though I want them to lose so they can better their draft position. But like Red said earlier in the show, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields talk, we're out of that conversation because they've won too many games. So I'm going to go with the Falcons over the Saints. Who you got, man? Coach?
Falcons. Taysom Hill. I think the Falcons would have rather had Jameis throwing because he could have thrown to the DBs, but Hill gadget back. He gonna make a couple plays, but now that they know you're gonna be back there and they know what you're gonna do, you in trouble. I think the Falcons gonna win.
All right, Red, you making it unanimous?
I'm making it unanimous. I give Coach Payton credit because he had to be thinking like everybody else was. Falcons know Winston too much. I mean, they play him twice a year for the last few years, so it's not like I'm sneaking somebody up in there. So I guess he want to go with the element of surprise, but he ain't catching nobody by surprise. This was a smart move from the very beginning, but I just hope Coach Raheem Morris is ready for it. Falcons.
The dream.
All right, next game, moving on. Coach, it's on you. Packers versus Colts. The Colts are at home. Who you got?
Yeah. You got that Colts defense top 5 against Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna go with the Packers because I will never trust Phillip Rivers for the quarterback, my team, your team, anybody else's team. So Aaron Rodgers is trying to quietly ease up in the MVP race. He said he was, but I'm gonna go with the Packers.
All right, Red, are you rolling with Coach?
Unfortunately, I am. I thought about not, but like I say, Phillip Rivers, man. When it comes down to what quarterback I trust the most, I'm gonna trust Skeet over Phillip. I think the Colts got a good team. I think they're playing very unexpectedly well this year, especially at home. I think it's gonna be a good close game. I think the Packers might just make one more play at the end than them. So Green Bay.
Because I'm deep in the hole, I'm going with the Colts. Give me the Colts,
Yeah,
baby. I got
that
another
that
game somewhere
that
down the
that's a,
line.
that's a smart move for you,
I'm
Real.
gonna go with the Colts. They're at home. They've been playing good football lately. I was using the same argument that you all have against Phillip Rivers, but that guy has pulled up some 2 or 3 good victories
Yeah.
uh, before they had their bye week. So I'm gonna go with the Colts, man, to beat the Packers in Green Bay. So give me the Colts. All right. By the way, Justin Fields' first play was a 65-yard completion. When was the last UJ pass over 50 yards? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
that's that's a sad thing. All right. Uh, let's see what next game we got. Titans Ravens. Red, it's on
Ugh.
you, brother.
Ugh.
Oh my God! I always get these day games, man. These always the best game of the week. I got to start off, and I know you guys pick are gonna be influenced by how I go. All right. Well, let's see here. We got Lamar Jackson and the Ravens at home seeking revenge against a team that put them out the playoffs last year. Ryan Tannehill and the Titans. Well, I say Derrick Henry and the Titans. Uh, I'm rolling with Tennessee again. Uh, Lamar, you still got to prove it to me, man. This is one of those games where the quarterback's gonna have to play well, and I think Ryan Tannehill is a much better quarterback overall than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson running, he can run better than Ryan Tannehill, but can he throw in the pocket and more accurately than Ryan Tannehill? That's yet to be proven. And right now, the answer is no. I love my boy Derrick Henry. Titans defense now that's a question mark, and they kicking game too. That worries me, but I still like Tennessee to go on the road, keep it a close game, and to make 1 or 2 plays in the end over the home team. Even though I know Baltimore looking for revenge in this game, and they might pull it off, but if they do, that'll just be a loss on my record because I'm taking Tennessee.
All right. Oh man, I hope Henry does get 150 yards. That'll help me out in fantasy after Russell Wilson didn't give me a whole lot of points this past week, nor did DeAndre Hopkins. So I hope you're all right. Your fantasy football prophet right there, Joe. I hope you're right. But once again, because I'm in the hole, man, I got to go with the Ravens because I believe coach is going to go with the Tennessee Titans since the Ravens are in his division. So I'm going to roll with the I'm the Ravens because I need to try to get some W's somewhere down the line. Maybe a break for me this week, but if it doesn't, then I know 2020 is against me. So I'm going with the Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Who you got, Coach?
Good pick, Real.
Uh, I'm going with the Titans because of
Okay.
Calais Campbell is still out for the Ravens. Mark Ingram is still suspect, but they got Edwards behind him and Dobbins, but the teams have figured Lamar Jackson out for the most part. They're starting to figure him out big time and know what he's gonna do. They send that spy after him every time he thinks he's gonna come out the back, but they have that spy waiting on him. And Baltimore just got too many injuries on defense in the secondary and on the line. So I'm going with the Titans.
All right. Let's see what the next game is. The Chiefs versus the Raiders. And you know, that's my secondary team, Chiefs. You know I'm going with my boy Patrick, my homeboy. Plus, the Raiders got down on them the last time that they played them at Arrowhead. They took a joyride victory tour around their stadium. So, Patrick, my homeboy, got something to prove. They're not about to let the Raiders beat them twice. Give me the Chiefs to go in to Las Vegas to say this is our new home of beating you all, even though this is your new home field. Give me the Chiefs. Who you got, Coach?
Count what this number here, Rev? Look at this number. I got
I think
five
that's
and three, eight, eight defensive players for the Raiders on the COVID list. On the COVID list before the game, and they mostly starters. So they're in trouble from the start. If you ain't got a full squad to compliment against Patrick Mahomes, it's pretty much a done deal. You can hang it up. It's gonna be the Chiefs. Ugly. And then the fact that Andy Reid said the Raiders took a little victory lap around Kansas City last time they won. He gonna be a little angry. Chiefs.
all right, Red. Are you making it unanimous, or you gonna go out there on the limb and go with the Raiders?
No, I ain't going on the limb now. After listening to all this, Chiefs. I thought about it, but after hearing all that, nope. Chiefs.
All
Unanimous.
right. Coach, it's on you to end our picks week real quickly. Who you
Woo!
That's
Rams
right.
versus
That's
Bucks.
right. Who you got, Coach? Thanks, Real. Thank you so much.
Where they
Who
playing
you
at?
got, Coach? Playing in Tampa.
But then again, home field don't matter no more anyway. After that game last week, the way the rate, Jared Goff is the most improved quarterback in the NFL, but he won't improve this game. The Bucks gonna win. Bucks gonna pull it
Uh,
out. That defense
uh,
and then the improvement of what the name Ronald Jones. Bucks win.
all right, Red. Who you rolling with, man?
Rams. Taking the Rams. I like the Rams defense. I don't like Jared Goff. I think Brady's the better quarterback. But I think the Rams defense will hold Brady in check just enough for Goff to make one or two plays. This Rams defense ain't no joke, man. The Bucks, they so up and down. If the Rams defense catch them in one of them games that the Saints defense catch them in, then the Rams will win easily. But it'll probably be a close game. But I'm taking the Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks, man. I think the Bucks got the better team. I think after the Bucks took that drubbing against the Saints, that awakened them big time. So I'm gonna go with Brady and the Bucks to defeat the Los Angeles Rams. So that's where I'm rocking. All right, gentlemen, that ends our picks for this week, and we'll post them up before tomorrow's
Put them up. Put them up.
games, and we'll see what happens. So we look forward to seeing what happens with our picks. Real quickly before we end the show, got another topic real quickly about who's the NFL MVP right now. That's an excellent question. Real
Yeah,
quickly,
that's the way to
who's your
end the
pick?
show too, Real.
Who's your pick? Who's your pick? Who's your pick?
Well, this is a good question. Before Thursday night, had Arizona had won, I probably would have had Kyler Murray leading the race right now because that would have been two big time victories over two winning teams. Especially and they would have been had first place solidified. But now Seattle's back in first place. But think about Kyler and Russell Wilson, both have a lot of turnovers this year. They both have a lot of turnovers. To me, I would say right now, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are 1 and 2. And if Green Bay finish the season with the number one seed in the NFC, Aaron Rodgers will be your MVP. That'll be his third MVP. So it'll be a quiet MVP. If Tom Brady can somehow get the Bucks to the number one seed, he might have a shot at it. I just think Russell Wilson has played his way out of it with all his turnovers. And I think Kyler Hale Murray may have played his way out of it with that loss on Thursday night and his sometimes pivotal turnovers. So we'll see. But right now, I say Aaron Rodgers number one, Tom Brady number two. And if you had to make me choose, I go Aaron Rodgers for his third MVP.
All right, Coach, who you got, sir?
Big Ben. I'm going Roethlisberger. Look at last year, what the Steelers were about this time last year. 5-5, struggling, trying to find identity. The offense was going on to be the worst offense in Steelers history, and down at the bottom of the league, Juju was getting the ball once a game. They were floundering. The defense was keeping them in game, but the offense was terrible. He's back. They 9-0, 10-0. He's getting the ball to Juju more. Those guys have reinvigorated the offense, and the defense is continuing to play up to standards. But nobody's talking about what Big Ben has done coming back to Pittsburgh. So everybody say Mahomes, but Mahomes is consistently good. I don't count him in the MVP. He's consistently good. That kid, he's not the MVP. He's consistently like that. And you look at Wilson. Wilson has dropped off. Kyler Murray, yeah, you can give it to him, but then he Thursday night he dropped a little bit. He got hurt, but he's still in it. But nobody's talking about Big Ben, and I just threw him in there just as a wild card.
That's a good one,
All right.
Coach. That's a good one.
Oh, we got breaking news. Van Fleet got $85 million from Toronto.
Good
All right.
God, I'm like, woo! 85.
Woo.
That was really the only place where he was going to get the money. But
Yeah.
as coach got a dark horse, I don't really think Kyler Murray is in the conversation. As I just was looking at the stats of all these different quarterbacks, Kyler Murray has the worst stats out of all the persons that are in contention. He has 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 98.7 QBR rating. But then when I look at somebody like uh, Patrick Mahomes, 25 TDs, 1 interception, 115.9 QBR rating. That's hard to fight
Pat
against that.
Mahomes is still an MVP candidate. I can't believe I forgot to mention him, even though those are typical numbers.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, 30-10, 111.5. Then you got
Rodgers.
then you got Big Ben, 22-4, which is impressive. Then you got Aaron Rodgers, 26-3, 116.4. That's very impressive. But I got somebody that y'all wouldn't have thought about. And here's my dark horse, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is having a wonderful season. 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 103.2 QBR. His team is in first place, probably destined to win the AFC East, which no team has done in the AFC East in quite some time, since the Patriots used to be the most dominant team in that division. So I'm going with a dark horse. Josh Allen may be the MVP if he can keep on playing, but if I had to bet money, which I don't bet money on these type things, I would easily see either Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers being the pick. But don't sleep on Josh Allen. All right.
Hey,
All right,
I ain't
Jim.
gonna lie, those were very good picks from both of you guys, because those were like picks I didn't even have on my radar. Josh Allen and Big Ben, definitely. I mean, you would think Big Ben would be getting a whole lot more consideration than he is, being on the undefeated team. And Josh Allen, definitely. But I think that loss hurt him the other day. Even though he had not been for that Hail Mary, they would have been talking about his play to Stephon Diggs to end the game.
Right. Indeed. All right, Jim, as we get ready to put a ball on this show, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? What you got?
Lakers, you got the right to keep on getting better, complete these moves, the 1 or 2 moves you have left, and the guarantee that ring 18 will be sitting in Laker Nation once again. I thought about mentioning the Braves, but I'll save them for later because that's too much to talk about.
All right, Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Red, I'll mention them. Atlanta
Okay.
Braves, you got the right to do 2 things. And when you do these 2 things, everyone will believe that you are serious about winning. And Red knows what they are. Sign Trevor Bauer and Marcel Ozuna. That's all you got to do. 2 things. Simple. It's not that hard. Go sign those 2. You put yourself in the contention for World Series. Simple as that.
No, I don't understand that Drew Smiley move at all. $11 million for him.
Drew
I mean,
Smiley.
God, that $11 million could have went a whole lot of other places.
The new Cole Hamels.
All right, gentlemen. Raheem Morris, you have the right to beat the Saints if you want to be in contention to be the next head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. This is a must-win right here.
Yeah,
you got to sweep the Saints. You got to sweep the Saints in order to even think about having a chance being the champion. You cannot lay an egg going to New Orleans, especially since the Saints do not have one Drew Brees. So this is a must-win.
Really, Rev, he need to win. He need to win the next 3, because the last 3 with Tampa Bay, Chiefs, and the other Tampa Bay, we can see that. I saw Maurice throw. I got you. Funny, and I will be eating everything on my plate. But he need to win the next 3 to me to even be in consideration. You need to win the Saints, Raiders, and the Saints again.
And the Bucks. They got to beat the Bucks.
Yeah, if he can beat the Bucks, he big time.
Yeah. Like I said, the Bucks and the Chiefs now.
All right, gentlemen. Well, that ends episode 164 of the Red Rev Sports Show. We'll be back next Saturday, which we normally don't do on Thanksgiving Day weekend, because we normally try to do an earlier show because we've been doing in-person shows throughout the years, but due to COVID, I don't think many of us have many travel plans, and we're going to be up in this camp next Saturday, 11 o'clock. So be with us next week for episode 165 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And thanks, fans, for joining in, chiming in. Y'all help make the show be what it is. Tell somebody, share this broadcast.
Let it.
Let somebody else like the Red and Rev Sports Show. Peace and love, everybody. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving. And since I am the Rev, let me just keep it 100. Don't forget, even though Thanksgiving Day holiday is Thursday, every day is a day of Thanksgiving. Be blessed, everybody. May the Lord bless y'all real good. And peace. Out.